Hold on, Washington. This is not a drill. While you take a breath, our franchise is seconds away from catching fire. Either we ignite the NFC by signing a defensive colossus. Yes, the one you're thinking of, or we go up in flames if we let this silver bullet slip away. But beware, every move comes with blood. Sacrificing the soul of the locker room? Giving up key draft picks? The window is closing, the rivals are circling, and Adam Peters has the detonator. This isn't just football. This is a war for the Lombardi. Do you want to stay in the shadows of almost, or are you all in for glory? If you don't subscribe now and turn on notifications, you'll miss the rawest and realest breakdown exposing why 2025 will be our year or the fall that no one saw coming. Smash that like button and stay till the end because this one's heating up. Welcome to the Commander's Den. What's happening with our team after a historic season that had us at the doorstep of the Super Bowl? I'll tell you what. The Commanders came out biting, but turnovers knocked US out against the Eagles. 55-23? Seriously? FOUR turnovers turned into touchdowns. Can you believe it, family? With every mistake, Philly buried us deeper. But this team doesn't fade. You know why? Jaden Daniels, the rookie who shattered expectations. 4,802 yards, 38 touchdowns, and TD Bruschi calling him the best rookie QB I've ever seen. So I ask you, what kind of monster do we have here? This young man made us believe. Now, pay attention, because Sean Merriman, the Chargers legend, just dropped a bomb. Washington must go after Myles Garrett. Can you imagine? Garrett the Titan from Cleveland ready to move on and chase a ring. A 28-year-old Predator who put up 16 sacks and 4 forced fumbles in 2024. Here's the kicker. Garrett doesn't want money. He wants glory. And with Cleveland's disastrous 3-14 record, they're in full rebuild mode. You know what that means? AI's exit ticket is signed. And Washington, sitting on $63 million in cap space, can take the shot. But here's my key question. Is it worth gambling the draft and future moves for a DA at $29 million a year? I say yes. Because pairing Garrett with Allen and Payne would create the most terrifying defensive line in the NFL. And Merriman? He couldn't even believe it himself. I thought the Lions were going to crush us, and I was wrong. He admitted. Sure, Detroit was missing Zeitler, O'Connor, and Rakestraw. Excuses. Nothing takes away from our team's performance. Now, here's where IT gets real. If we land Garrett, what happens with the draft? We hold pick 29, but after a move like this, do we focus on CBOL or safety? This changes everything. My take? Break the bank for Garrett. He's the missing piece. With Daniels on the rise and a killer defense, 2025 is our year. So, Commanders family, are you all in for Garrett, even if it costs future picks? Or would you rather bolster the squad with young talent from the draft? Now, what are Adam Peters and this front office cooking up in Washington? I'll tell you this. They just stole Deebo Samuel for a mere 5th-round pick. A 5th? That's a highway robbery. Deebo, at 29, built like a tank, with the ability to run and catch. He's the weapon Jaden Daniels needs to become unstoppable. But now, the burning question. Does this mean Washington is gearing up to move in the draft? Of course it does, friends. And here's the unfiltered breakdown. Listen to this. Albert Breer just dropped a bomb. The Commanders might trade back in the first round to stockpile picks. And you know why? Because with that 5th rounder already gone, they need more options. But is this really a smart move? I ask you, is IT worth giving up a first-round talent to gain more selections? Listen, this franchise is coming off an NFC Championship loss. Do you want to be back in that game? Then understand this window to win doesn't stay open forever. And here's where it gets controversial. What's going on with Jonathan Allen? Trade rumors have him on the hot seat. Are they really about to break up the defensive line? Only if they find the right trade partner, sure. But here's my take. Do not underestimate Allen's leadership in that locker room. If they move him, they're losing much more than stats. You all remember how he dominated the trenches in the playoffs, right? Now let me repeat this. Cliff Kingsbury has a new weapon. Imagine Debo in jet sweeps, screen passes, or as WR2 behind Terry McLaurin. This offense could be as explosive as the Chiefs. But here's the issue. What about the draft? If they trade down, do they target a cornerback? O-line help? Remember, nitrogen monoxide 5th round pick, so they have to hit on these choices. And don't get complacent. Let's not make this another disaster like in 2023. Last season, this team showed they're hungry. But hungry for what? Just making it to the NFC Championship or taking the whole thing. Because if they want that ring, Adam Peters needs to play these cards like a poker master. One bad move, and they'll be giving away opportunities. One smart move, and we could be looking at the best roster in the NFC. And now, the million-dollar question for the Commanders family. What would you do? Trade away the 2026 first-round pick to stack more selections? Or stand your ground and bet that Debo plus Daniels is enough for a Super Bowl run? Is Jonathan Allen saying goodbye to the Commanders? This is Adam Peters' boldest move yet. Now, let me be straight with you, Commander family. Do you really think Adam Peters is just going to sit back after the Debo Samuel bombshell? Absolutely not. And I've got breaking news for you. Jonathan Allen, the heart and soul of our defense, is on the verge of an imminent trade. Yes, you heard that right. How do you feel about it? Shocked? Outraged? Here's what I'll tell you. Peters didn't bring in Debo to play chess. This is a declaration of war on the NFC East. And what better way to fund that war than by moving on from a locker room icon like Allen? So I ask you, is it worth sacrificing a team leader for cap space and firepower? Now, here are the crucial details no one else is telling you. We almost traded him for Debo. According to Jeremy Fowler from ESPN, the 49ers wanted a straight-up swap, Samuel for Allen. So what happened? Allen's salary scared off San Francisco. $16 million in 2025, folks. The Niners, running on a tight budget, opted for a 5th-round draft pick instead. And Peters? He negotiated like a shark. Was this a masterstroke or a historic blunder? Goodbye to $16 million in cap space? If Allen is traded or even cut, Washington frees up $16.47 million. Just about the same as Debo's cost. But here's the real question. What's the point of freeing up space if we lose the one guy who brought care to this defense? Sure, Allen's sack numbers have dipped over the last 2 seasons, 2.5 in 2024. But who stepped up as a leader when everything was falling apart? Peter's secret plan. With Darren Payne, Johnny Newton, and veterans like Carl Davis, do we really need Allen? Here's the stat that stings. Peters is already scouting the 2025. Draft a historic class for defensive tackles. And keeping an eye on free agents like Milton Williams. I'm warning you now, if Washington doesn't act fast, other contenders, Buffalo, Kansas City, will swoop in and steal Allen for peanuts. And here comes the controversy. Why rush this? Move? Does Peters doubt Allen can bounce back in 2025? Or is it just a numbers game choosing a 30-year-old defensive tackle versus a wide receiver in his prime, Samuel, 29, to support Jaden Daniels? Tell me, fans. Do you value loyalty or pragmatism? Don't miss this key fact. The 49ers, yes, the same ones who took the Shanahans from us, are already showing interest. You know what that means? Allen still holds value for top-tier teams. If Peters manages to land a 4th or 5th round pick for him, should we actually celebrate? Here's my closing thought. If Allen leaves, he takes 75% of this franchise's heart with him. But if he stays, does he block Newton's rise? So I put the question to you. Do you bet on one last year of Allen trying to make a comeback? Or do you trade him now while he still has market value? Comment below. Is it time to turn the page, or is Peters making a mistake we'll regret by September? Attention, Commanders family. Are you ready to shape the future of this team? Garrett could be an immediate game changer, but is it worth sacrificing future assets? Or would you rather stack draft picks and build for the long haul? The choice is in your hands. Imagine this trading away the first pick of 2026 for more selections, or holding on to it and betting that Debo plus Daniels will be the key to a Super Bowl run. Your strategy could define the team's destiny. Jonathan Allen deserves an epic send-off. But do you risk his legacy on an uncertain season, or do you deal him now for young talent? What do the true leaders of this family say? Now's the time to decide. Drop your strategy in the comments, share this debate with other fans, and subscribe to be part of the ultimate battle for the Commanders' future. Together, we're building this community. Join now, turn on notifications, and be part of the movement. That will take Washington to the top. And remember, hail to the Redskins!